Have you ever read a book or watched a movie where a character just felt, well, real? So real you almost expect to meet them. Today, we are unlocking the writer's toolkit to show you exactly how those unforgettable people are built, from the ground up. So, here's what we've got on tap. We're going to start by figuring out what makes a character stick with you. Then, we'll dive into the two main ways writers bring them to life. After that, I'm going to let you in on a secret weapon, a powerful toolkit for understanding characters. We'll even test it out on a classic example, and then wrap up with why all of this is going to change the way you see stories.
All right, let's get right into it. We're starting with the big one, the question that really gets to the very heart of great storytelling. So what is it about them? Is it some kind of magic? Nope, not at all. It's actually a specific learnable craft called character development. And that's just the fancy term for how a writer breathes life into their creations, giving them all the depth and personality that makes them feel like old friends or enemies. Okay, so when it comes to revealing who a character truly is, writers basically have two main paths they can take. And really, it all boils down to that classic piece of advice you probably heard a million times: show, don't tell. So you've got direct characterization, which is exactly what it sounds like. The author just tells you what the character is like. And then you have indirect characterization, where the author shows you who they are through little clues. You know, it's a difference between me telling you my friend is hilarious versus you actually hearing them tell a joke and laughing your head off. One is just way more powerful, right? All right, here's a perfect example of telling. The author lays it all out, no room for guesswork. It's quick, sure, it gets the job done, but it's a little flat, isn't it? It feels kind of like reading a character's Wikipedia page. Now check this out. This is where the magic happens. This is showing. We aren't told he's grumpy. We see it in that scowl and the way he slams the window. We get to be the detective and figure it out for ourselves. And that makes it so much more satisfying and, honestly, way more memorable. So, you're probably wondering, how do the great writers get so good at showing? Well, it turns out they have a simple but really, really effective toolkit to guide them. The whole idea here is to make your audience feel like they're solving a puzzle. You're leaving behind clues about your character, and the framework we're about to look at gives you 5 perfect places to hide them. And here it is. All you have to do is remember the acronym STEAL. Yep, STEAL. It is the absolute best way to remember the 5 key methods of showing a character's personality, which we're going to break down right now. First up, S is for speech. This isn't just about the words a character uses, but how they say them. Do they use a lot of slang? Do they speak in formal, complete sentences? All of that tells you so much about where they come from, how they see the world, and who they are. Next, we have T for thoughts. Oh, this is the good stuff. This is like getting an all-access backstage pass to a character's mind. We get to hear their secret fears, their deepest wishes, and all the messy, complicated feelings that make them truly human. E stands for effect on others, and this one is so revealing. Just picture it. When a character walks into a room, does everyone stop and listen? Or do they kind of shrink away and try to avoid eye contact? The way other people react to someone tells you a ton about their power and personality without them ever saying a word. A is for actions. And honestly, this might be the most important one. You know the saying, actions speak louder than words? Well, it's absolutely true. What a character does, especially when the pressure's on, shows you exactly what they value and what their true colors are.
And finally, L is for looks. Now hold on, this isn't just about their eye color or how tall they are. This is about the story their appearance tells. Are their clothes messy or neat? Do they slouch or stand tall? It's all about how they present themselves to the world. Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's take this brand new STEAL toolkit out for a spin. We're going to use it to break down one of the most iconic characters ever written. Just look at how brilliantly Charles Dickens uses every single part of STEL to build Scrooge. He never just says Scrooge was a jerk. He shows us. His speech, that classic bah humbug, tells us he's cynical. His thoughts, he thinks charity is a waste of time. The effect he has on others, his own employees terrified of him. His actions, he won't even spare a lump of coal. And his looks, that frosty rime on his head, it's like his inner coldness is literally frozen on the outside. It all fits together perfectly. Okay, so you might be thinking, this STEAL thing is pretty cool for writers, but what's in it for me? Well, it turns out that understanding character development like this completely changes how you experience pretty much every story you come across. Think of it this way. This toolkit basically gives you story analyzing superpowers. You start to see the incredible artistry behind your favorite characters. You get the tools to have way smarter discussions about them. It'll even make your own writing stronger. But maybe the best part is that it's an exercise in empathy. You're practicing how to step into someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes. And that's our deep dive into character development. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. The next time you open a book or start a new show and meet a character for the very first time, what clue are you going to look for first?